Hi everybody, welcome to 5 Minute Ministries. There's a man sitting at a red light. Now he's in the left turn lane waiting for the left turn arrow, and there's a car in front of him. Well, the arrow finally turns green, but the car in front of him just won't go. So he honks the horn, but the car refuses to move. And he gets really upset and he starts honking like crazy, banging on the dashboard, yelling and screaming, flailing his arms around. But the car refuses to move. And just as the arrow turns yellow, the car in front of him finally goes, leaving the man to sit there for another round of red light. Well, as he's sitting there, a police officer pulls up with his lights on, gets out and taps on the window and says, "Sir, get out of the car." And the man gets out and says, "Well, officer, what did I do wrong? What's going on?" The officer just says, "Turn around and put your hands behind your back." The man, still questioning and confused as to what's going on, starts to panic. And the officer takes out his handcuffs and handcuffs the man. Now the man is really panicking. "And officer, what did I do wrong?" The officer says, "Well, I don't arrest people for acting like jerks in their car. But then I saw the Jesus Saves bumper sticker, the pro-life license plate, the fish on the trunk, and the cross hanging from your rearview mirror, and I thought you had stolen the car." And of course the point being is Christians are supposed to act in a godly way and not supposed to act like that regardless of the situation. We are to respond properly to everything. But that's not what I want to talk about. I actually want to talk about the paraphernalia that was on the car, because we see these things all the time. People have the bumper stickers, the license plates, the decals, the cross, the necklaces, the bracelets, the "I Love Jesus" t-shirt. And we have all these things, and these things are designed to let the rest of the world know, I am a Christian. The problem comes, though, when we stop there. And that's one of the things that I talk about quite a bit, where we don't go far enough. We allow these things to tell people that I am a Christian, but we don't go out of our way to tell people how to become one. We use these things as a tool, and it's not necessarily to get people to ask it, but it's just let the people know that I am a Christian, as if we are some part of an elite group. We joke about vegans all the time, where vegans will all the time say, "I'm a vegan, I'm a vegan, I'm a vegan." And it gets really annoying and tedious to hear all the time. Well, people feel that way about believers too. There's a little one-panel comic where a man says, "Ask me about," or his shirt says, "Ask me about Jesus." And he comments, say, "I don't really believe, I just wear it so people won't sit next to me on the bus." So these things, while sometimes people do ask us based on what we're wearing, they'll ask us questions, but it's very, very rare these days. We cannot rely on these things to tell people who Jesus is and to witness for us. People do it with memes all the time too. You see, they'll put it on their social media feeds. Or a church will put clever sayings on their signs, or special events, trying to entice people in. But the most effective way to tell people about Jesus is to tell people about Jesus. It's our words. If you think about the early church, they didn't have any of this stuff. They went around spreading the truth vocally. It's the most one-on-one conversation is the most effective way to bring people to Christ. Our lives are supposed to be representations of that, of course. And there's nothing wrong with any of those things. If you want to wear the jewelry and the shirts and all that, and have the special events, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing unbiblical about them. But we cannot stop there. We cannot rely on those things to bring people to Christ. Jesus called us to do that. He didn't call us to make things in order to do that. He told us to do it. And we need to effectively do our jobs and tell people about who He is. This has been 5 Minute Ministries, and I'll see you next time.